Welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to be diving into some very strong budget teams for the Master League. Now Holiday Cup is winding down, guys. We only have one more day left as of recording this video, so I figured I might as well put out a video for those of us who are willing and or able to compete in the Master League. Most of these teams are going to be fairly budget friendly and accessible. I figured anybody could just showcase, top meta teams with all the stacked legendaries, but I recognize not everyone has access to the top Pokemon necessary to have success in the Master League, so I'm going to be showcasing a few teams that can actually work in the Master League and still give you great success. A lot of them, like I said, are budget-friendly, non-legendary teams. Some of them are a combination of fairly accessible legendaries with some non-legendaries. So this first team is going to feature a classic Dragon Double Steel non-legendary team with Dragonite lead and Metagross and Excadrill in the back. Now, you will be going back and forth between which option is your safe swap. Primarily, Metagross will be the safe swap on this team. And still very successful team, even with the Zacian era now upon us. So let's have a look at this first battle, guys. So we are met with a Dialga Terrible League, going to safe swap in the Metagross, and they're staying in. Metagross is a decent matchup for Dialga, and they come in to us with a Zacian. Bad idea, because Metagross is one of the strongest counters to a Zacian. And as you can see, we grab a shield with a potentially super effective Meteor Mash. Gonna get another one off because that Dialga stayed in a little too long on our Metagross. This will likely get that second shield. And I'm thinking, we got both the shields. We can two-shield farm down, especially calling that they would throw something that would debuff them. They go Wild Charge there. You could really go either one if you're playing Zacian. They're both neutral. And they go back-to-back Wild Charge, so we're just going to shield twice and farm down and load up on some energy with our Metagross here. We got loaded energy for whatever decides to come back in. They come back in with that Dialga. Oh, man, guys. Shields are down. We're going for this super effective Earthquake, and we say bye-bye to the Dialga. One-shots the Dialga. See you later, and they got a Mewtwo left in the back. Dragonite has a very strong matchup up against Mewtwo. Particularly when shields are up, because Mewtwo is an absolute monster, but we can hang in here with Metagross and look to get off a hard-hitting Meteor Mash. They went Side Strike thinking that it was enough, but that is double resisted. This Meteor Mash is going to be doing a lot. We can just come right in with Dragonite and Dragon Breath that Mewtwo down. Non-legendary Dragon Double Steel still has some play in this Master League, guys. That's going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. Gotta love the non-legendary Dragon Double Steel line. Never gets old, guys. And let's see what we got up next here. Got our Dragonite in the lead, and we are met with a Giratina Altered. So this is a good matchup for Dragonite, even though they can hit us with super effective Dragon Claws, and they do get to them really fast with the Shadow Claw fast move. We can tank a couple. And all the while, our Dragon Breaths are doing super effective. And they decide to make a play into Dialga, so here we go. It is Excadrill time. Oh my goodness, guys. It is so comical that this little squishy mole absolutely dominates this godly legendary dragon. It's just so comical. But Excadrill is one of the best answers to a Dialga. As you can see, guys, we are resisting the Dragon Breaths. And we can hit them for massive super effective with Drill Run. And they bring a Togekiss onto our Excadrill. Oh my goodness. Wow, that might have been a misplay, as you can see, guys, because Togekiss is not a good answer for Excadrill. They're probably thinking they can get ahead on energy and farm down, but not before having to take some super effective Rock Slides. They let that first one through. This one grabs the shield as they charm us down. Little did they know we got a Metagross in the back. Metagross is one of the hardest checks to fairy types in this Master League, as it does utilize the Bullet Punch Steel fast move, which applies heavy fast move pressure to those fairies. And they conceded the match before we could get off that hard-hitting Meteor Mash. That's going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. All right, hopping into the next match, still with the Dragon's Double Steel non-legendary line. We are met with the Giratina Origin form. Awesome lead for us. Very good lead. Just as with Giratina Altered, Dragonite has a very strong matchup up against both forms of Giratina. As we apply heavy, super effective fast move pressure with our Dragon Breaths, and we're able to spam them with super effective Dragon Claws as well. I will say though, Dragonite actually has the Giratina Origin form is actually an easier matchup for Dragonite, as it's a little less tanky than the Altered form, and it doesn't have access to a Dragon-type move, which could hit us for super effective. So they just let it go down, and they bring in Dialga, and we're staying in too long. We stayed in too long trying to get a little greedy, trying to get off a Dragon Claw, and they Dragon Breath us down. So we make a play into Metagross, knowing that we can hit them for super effective Earthquakes, and we want to try and grab that last shield, but they tried to catch the Earthquake onto a Ho-Oh, so we go right into Excadrill, and it is time for Excadrill to go off on this Ho-Oh. Excadrill is a solid answer to Ho-Oh, as you can threaten it with super effective, double super effective Rock Slides, and you're able to get to them much faster than Ho-Oh is able to get to its super effective Earthquake. But they decided to go Brave Bird and debuff themselves, so because they did that, we're just going to farm down with resisted Bullet Punches and look to sweep this game with our Metagross, looking just as menacing as ever. Gonna look to bait with a Meteor Mash. They let it go, they call the bait, so we can just go straight Meteor Mash from here on out. This will likely grab the second shield because they want to hang on and try and pull this out, but it's not going to happen. We're resisting these Dragon Breaths, we resist the Iron Heads. Gonna throw up a shield just because it's getting kind of close. Dialga is a monster. And they concede the match right there. That's going to be a good game. We're going to get off a hard-hitting Meteor Mash. So good game, well played to this battler. All right, hopping into the next match here. We are met with a Groudon. Another fantastic lead for Dragonite. Dragonite hard walls Groudon, and they safe swap into Dialga, and here you go, guys. Like clockwork, guys, Dialga is no longer a safe swap, guys, with Excadrill running rampant in the Master League. Of course, Metadrill Excadrill just shuts down Dialga completely, guys. We can throw up a shield and look to get off another drill run, but they lagged and we farmed them down apparently. They come back in with Groudon looking to get a hard farm, but not without taking some hard-hitting drill runs. These drill runs do start to add up. They do some heavy neutral damage to the Groudon, and they're not going to be able to farm us down safely, guys, without potentially being taken out. As you can see, they got extremely low from two drill runs. They now elect to throw energy as their health is getting extremely low. So we can actually come back in with Dragonite and look to farm down. And they immediately go into a Lugia, and here we go. Metagross shuts down Lugia as well, guys. This is why this team can still have some very good success in the Master League. With top options like Dialga running around, Lugias. This team just still works, even with Zacian being very much prominent now in the this current meta for the Master League. And we shielded up the Aeroblast. The win con was us no shielding that, and we did, and they concede the match. It's going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. All right, guys, this next team features a team created by Asian Milkman, a very talented battler and Twitch streamer, which features a Dragontail Garchomp lead, Lugia safe swap, and Melmetal in the back. Let's see how this team performs in the Master League, guys. We're met with a terrible lead in Zacian. Gonna safe swap into Lugia. Lugia is one of the strongest safe swaps in the Master League due to its sheer bulk and the threat of the massively hard-hitting Aeroblast. They come in with Dialga, so guys, you're about to see. If they come in on you with a Dialga and they allow the Aeroblast to go through, like they did here, it does massive resisted damage. Aeroblast is just so busted. You can actually shield once and farm the Dialga all the way down and flip switch. This is why Lugia is one of the best safe swaps in the Master League. For that reason, right there, guys. Flip and switch in the Master League. My goodness, what a beast. And they come back in with the Zacian, so we build up to an Aeroblast. Gonna look to bait with a Sky Attack and grab a shield from them potentially. They do shield, fearing that big Aeroblast. Not likely that we make it to another Aeroblast. It just takes a long time to build up to. So we're going to just get off some chip damage with a Sky Attack. And they do elect to throw energy right here. Most likely a Play Rough. It will be enough to take out the very tanky Lugia. And we got to make a play here, guys. We know that because we came in with Garchomp, they're going to try and go Play Rough. So we catch that Play Rough on the Melmetal, making the plays in the Master League. That is resisted, of course. And they're staying in. So wondering what they have in the back. Gonna look to get off a Rock Slide. Obviously, Superpower would be a terrible option as it is resisted and would debuff us. So we go Rock Slide, straight Rock Slide against Zacian. Gonna throw up a shield because this Zacian is trying to go back-to-back close combat. They want to take us out with one and then have one loaded for our Garchomp. Not going to let them do that. We want them to burn all that energy off and debuff themselves even more. Gonna basically let our Melmetal go. Or no, Switch Timer. No, Switch Time was not up. We just made an aggressive move in the Garchomp. And then look to get rid of it with a Sand Tomb. And let's see it. Oh, they got an Excadrill in the back. Oh my goodness, guys. The squishy little mold does not perform very well when shields are down, guys, especially when you have a ground type with stab moves as their charge moves, as we do with the Community Day Earth Power move. You can see it, guys, coming from a mile away. It's going to one-shot the squishy mold when we say bye-bye, Excadrill. And that is how you play this team, and the Master League is going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. Although I will admit, guys, since the rise of Zacian in the Master League, this team has fallen off a little bit. But as you can see in that last battle, you can still overcome Zacian, guys. You just gotta make the plays. And we are met with a Garchomp in the mirror matchup. So in this particular battle, guys, we had the mirror match. We were reading that this was a mirror team, especially seeing that they swapped into Lugia as their safe swap. So we're going to soften up this tanky Lugia with a debuffing Sand Tomb and then make a play into our Melmetal. Melmetal has a solid matchup up against Lugia. It basically hard walls Lugia. Just Lugia is such a beast, and that Aeroblast hits so hard, it actually is kind of close, which is kind of crazy. It just goes to show how much of a monster Lugia is. But we got off a Sand Tomb, debuffed that defense a little, makes this matchup a little bit easier. Gonna tank the Aeroblast. It doesn't do, I mean, it does a lot, but considering that it is resisted, but doesn't KO, guys. Gonna look to get off another Rock Slide. This will likely take out the Lugia as it has been debuffed, and they come back in with Garchomp. So they CMP tie us here. It's just a Sand Tomb. We can live the Sand Tomb and look to get off a fully powered Superpower before they can take us out here, guys. This will be doing a decent amount of chip damage to Garchomp, and we snipe them with our own Garchomp, making the plays yet again with this team, and they got the Melmetal in the bag. It was a mirror team. Melmetal does lose to Garchomp. It's going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. So as you can see, guys, this Asian Milkman team still does okay in the current state of the Master League. It does feature a couple of legendaries, but they're probably two of the more accessible legendaries. And Garchomp, of course, had a community day. We are met with a Shadow Tyranitar. Holy smokes, this is a spicy pick for the Master League. And it is a rock type, so it's not a good idea to stick in here because we have access to ground type moves, which of course are super effective to the rock type. Gonna look to get off a Sand Tomb because it is a shadow. Gonna be doing a decent amount of super effective damage, and they swap to clear the debuff into Mewtwo. So we go into our Lugia. Lugia is a solid answer for Mewtwo, guys. It's not as dominant as it should be, as Mewtwo hits like a truck and has access to potentially super effective moves like this Ice Beam, guys. Could have Shadow Ball as well, which is also super effective. It's a much better matchup if the Mewtwo is running Focus Blast, but because they swapped in, it's most likely not Focus Blast, which it is not here. So we got off a Sky Attack, and I think we let this go. Yeah, we're going to let our Lugia go. And look to farm down with Garchomp, knowing that they have Ice Beam, which is double super effective. Gonna absolutely shield it up. And it is a Side Strike bait. That still would have likely taken us out. That's how hard Mewtwo hits. Gonna look to get rid of this Mewtwo with a Sand Tomb. This will likely not KO, but we can get a Dragon Tail. No, it does KO. Okay, very nice. got rid of the monster. And they meet us with a Lugia, which is a fantastic answer to our Garchomp, and they come back in with the Shadow Tyranitar. Guys, I don't know if this battler knows or not, but just so you guys know, Rock does not resist Rock, and they no-shield the Rock Slide. It takes them out. And yeah, Melmetal has a pretty clean win over Lugia. They see the writing on the wall. They concede the match. Going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. All right, guys, this next team is a team that I had a lot of fun with last season. Features Groudon in the lead, Togekiss, Safe Swap, and Dragonite in the back, guys. And we are met with an Excadrill. Fantastic lead for our Groudon, guys, and they're staying in, which is absolutely crazy because Groudon is probably the worst matchup for Excadrill in this game. One of the worst. I would say maybe Kyogre's probably the worst, but Groudon is right up there, and they're still staying in. So we're going to take full advantage of that, as our back two Pokemon want nothing to do with Excadrill. So if you're going to run into an Excadrill with this team, this is exactly where you want to see it. And we are going to do everything we can to take out this Excadrill. Not going to take a whole lot, just a couple of fire punches to grab shields, and then one more at this health range will be KOing the Excadrill. They are going down with the ship with this poor little Excadrill. Never stood a chance. Shields are down. This fire punch is more than enough to KO, and we're going to see what was in the back. Something in the back does not want to see a Groudon. They come in with a Yveltal, so this is looking pretty good for our Togekiss, as Togekiss hard walls Yveltal. And just going to chip with a fire punch, and then safe swap in the Dragonite, actually, just to draw out whatever didn't want to see Groudon. And it happens to be a Dialga, guys. This is why we run Outrage, for when shields are down, we can do either heavy neutral damage or heavy super effective damage. In this case, it is heavy neutral damage, and that does a lot. And we take out the Dialga with our Dragonite, guys. That is amazing. And we are still up a shield, going to let Dragonite go down. And I'd imagine once they take one look at Togekiss, they know it's over. And they do, yeah. Yveltal has no chance up against Togekiss. They concede the match. Going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. All right, guys, we are still rolling with the Groudon, Togekiss, Dragonite team, and we are met with a Groudon and the mirror matchup in the lead here. So we are going to safe swap into Togekiss, as both of our back Pokemon just dominate Groudon, but this one was running Dragon Tail, so we got to keep that in mind. And we were able to get ahead on energy with our Togekiss by 2 charms. So we're going to tank this Rock Slide, knowing that we can tank one and look to get off this Flamethrower. A lot of Melmetal players will get a little too comfortable and no shield super effective moves like that, and because they did that, we're able to farm down and flip switch advantage with Togekiss. How crazy is that, guys? My goodness. Oh man, this battler is probably like, what the heck just happened? We flip switch in a seemingly impossible matchup. Or no, it is an impossible matchup, but we pulled it off somehow. Gonna come back in with Dragonite, of course. And I think in this battle, I did not notice that they were running Dragon Tail. We should have stayed on our... we should have kept our Dragonite in on this Mewtwo here, because this is a very close matchup. Gonna shield at the first Psy Strike and look to bait with a Fire Punch. We got to start grabbing shields from Mewtwo. As we all know, Mewtwo's are addicted to using their shields because it is not the tankiest Pokemon in the Master League, but it does hit very hard. A lot of battlers like to save their shields for Mewtwo, justifiably so. And we do grab both shields. That is amazing. So at this point, we just want to get off some damage. We got the shields down, giving our Dragonite a chance. We want to chip away at the health on this Mewtwo here. And I believe we let this go. Yeah, we let the Psy Strike go. And then they make an aggressive play into their own Groudon, and we go back in the Dragonite. And I think in this battle, we did not realize it was Dragon Tail, because Dragon Tail Groudon puts up much more of a fight up against the Dragon types like our Dragonite. And we're trying to over-farm here because we want to entice this Mewtwo to farm us down, knowing that we're going to be super low on health. So we go back-to-back and hoping that we can entice the Mewtwo to try and farm us down. But no, they're too smart for that, guys. They're going to throw energy, which is good. It's okay. Either one is fine with us because we are just one mud shot off from this Fire Punch. This Mewtwo is very low. This will be taking out the Mewtwo and sealing the deal for us, and that is going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. That was a very crazy battle, but we ended up taking it in the end. What a fun battle that was. So guys, you're probably noticing that this team is pretty weak to Ho-Oh. If you're met with a Ho-Oh in the lead, you basically just have to get off as much damage as you can with Earthquakes and let your Groudon go down. Look to come in with Dragonite. But in this match, we're met with a Melmetal lead. This is exactly where you want to see Melmetal, guys. Our backline wants nothing to do with a Melmetal. It's a nightmare matchup for both Pokemon. They hit us with a superpower and they catch the Earthquake. Oh, nice play by this battler. They catch it on a Lugia. Oh my goodness, what a play. Good play on their end. So we meet them with our Togekiss. Togekiss has a solid matchup against Lugia. You just really have to watch out for a potential Aeroblast, as Lugia can flip the matchup if it lands, but they bait us with a Sky Attack. That is terrible. Gonna look to get off an Ancient Power, overfarm a little bit. Although this does do super effective, Lugia is so tanky, and it's such a weak move, and it doesn't have stab. It doesn't even take it out. This just a Sky Attack. We can let this go and look to farm down the Lugia. So that is how you play Lugia. You just cannot let an Aeroblast go through. If you do, they will flip switch advantage because they can then farm down. And they come back in with Melmetal. We chickened out, guys. We threw it. We didn't quite go for the flamethrower, but we do get the boost. That is amazing. This is now going to pressure the Melmetal to throw energy, because if Togekiss gets that Ancient Power boost, it is usually game over for the opposing battler, and they do take us out. And we come back in with our Groudon. This time going to go for the Fire Punch, as Melmetal is low enough and didn't want to build up to an Earth Power and have them try and make another catch. We do get the shield there. That is fantastic. We can tank a superpower, no problem. And look to go to work on this Melmetal yet again. Maybe grab that last shield or take it out. They tried to catch again, guys. We were on to them. Not letting that happen 2 times in a row in the same battle. Not going to happen. We meet their Giratina Origin with our Dragonite. Fantastic matchup for Dragonite. Going to call the bait. We do. And look to get rid of this pesky Giratina Origin with a super effective Dragon Claw. If they let this go, this will get them extremely low, and we can farm right down just like we did there. We're getting close to a Dragon Claw, and this Melmetal is really low. This is KO range, even though it is resisted, so they're going to like to throw energy and take us out. And this is looking like GG's. They're all out of Pokemon to catch on. This first Fire Punch will most likely get the shield. This battler is fighting till the very end, but to no avail. Groudon just absolutely dominates Melmetal. Going to take out the Melmetal, say bye-bye. Valiant effort on their part. Very, very good gameplay by this battler. Good game, well played to them. All right, guys, this next team is another team that I had a lot of fun with last season. It is Togekiss Double Ground. Groudon's going to be the safe swap on this team. Togekiss being weak to Steel. Pair it with 2 ground types in the back. Let's see how we do, guys. And we were picking up a favorable lead in Giratina Altered. They safe swap into Zacian. So we misplayed this a little bit, guys, thinking that we can just chunk with the charm damage, but you're better off just going right into Groudon and playing it out, because we're forced to shield up this wild charge here, and then we make the play into Groudon. But this Zacian is ahead on energy, and it is going to go off on our Groudon. Zacian's such a monster in the Master League. It's unreal. And they've got back-to-back close combats. They are debuffed many times over at this point, as they nearly take out our poor Groudon here, just soaking all the damage. Gonna look to get rid of it with a Fire Punch. I'd imagine they want to take shield advantage, and they do. And we're gonna see what else they have in the back. See if they come back in with that Giratina. And no, they come in with a Dialga. Farm us down Dragon Breath. That is okay. We got our Garchomp in the back for the Giratina. Gonna look to come in with Togekiss and go to work on this Dialga. Gonna look to get off a Flamethrower. It is neutral with that part Dragon typing on Dialga. And we are double resisting these Dragon Breaths. So this is a very decent matchup for Togekiss. Gonna shield this up because this Dialga is getting very low. And we know that we have a fantastic matchup against that Giratina. So we shield once and farm down. And all they have left is that Giratina in the back, guys. I'm going to look to get off an Ancient Power, hoping for that sweet boost. But we don't get the boost. That is quite all right. It's still a very strong matchup for Togekiss. Even with shields down, Togekiss is a monster in the Master League, guys. One of the best non-legendaries in the Master League meta. And we're just going to play this out. We're gonna get this Giratina extremely low. Togekiss just dominates Giratina, and we don't want to take it more damage than we need to on our Garchomp. We can just come in and farm down with those super effective Dragon Tails. We can easily tank a few Dragon Claws from a Giratina altered, and we did sneak one through, and it takes it out. Gonna be a good game. Well played to this battler. Alright guys, still got Togekiss with Groudon and Garchomp in the back. Let's see this next matchup here. We have met with a Dialga. Okay lead for Togekiss. They don't have very much fast move pressure on us as we do double resist the Dragon Breaths, but they can hit us with super effective Iron Heads. So we are going to shield this one up, and we stay in here hoping to entice them to swap out. Seeing that we're staying in, we want them to swap out and show us what they have in the back, and they do right on cue. They got a Kyogre in the back. All right, so Groudon obviously wants nothing to do with Kyogre. Garchomp, it's tough for Garchomp as well. So we got to get this Kyogre as low as possible with our Togekiss. Gonna shield up this Surf and look to get off as much charm damage as we possibly can. Going completely down on shields. Putting Togekiss, putting the team on its back, looking to get off another Ancient Power. We grab a shield. That's amazing. And they are going to waterfall us down, but that is quite all right. We can come in with Garchomp. This Kyogre is extremely low. We snuck through a Dragon Tail there. Going to tank the Surf. It is neutral because we are part ground type. And because we snuck one through, we can just get off. One more Dragon Tail takes out the Kyogre. That is amazing. One obstacle down. Let's see what else we have in the back here. Gonna look to get rid of this Dialga. Our Togekiss put in so much work. One Santoom's gonna take out the Dialga. Oh, and they got an Excadrill in the back. Oh my gosh. Groudon is gonna feast on this little squishy mold, even though shields are up. Does not stand a chance, guys. We have enough bulk to withstand a couple of drill runs. All the while we are doing super effective damage with our mud shots, and we're getting it low, and one Fire Punch is going to be getting this Excadrill extremely low. If it doesn't take it out, a couple of mud shots will, and they do get to another drill run. This is quite all right. This is a mere formality. Yeah, they undercharged it, knowing that the game was over. It's going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. All right, still rolling with Togekiss with Groudon and Garchomp in the back. This was a fun team last season, guys. It actually really works. Let's see what we got up next here. We got a Garchomp in the lead. Fantastic lead for Togekiss, and they swap into a Lugia. So both of our back two Pokemon being ground types. Don't really like the Lugia matchup at all, really. So gonna stay right here with Togekiss and look to do all that we can to get rid of this Lugia. Again, as I mentioned earlier, you just gotta watch out for the hard-hitting Aeroblast. Cannot let that go through, especially with the circumstances here. Gonna shield it up. Could definitely be an Aeroblast, and they do bait us. That's all right. Gonna look to just charm away on the very bulky Lugia. This is most likely the Aeroblast for sure. We go down on both shields against this Lugia, but we come out with loaded energy, so that is fantastic. And Garchomp has no play up against Togekiss, so we're gonna see what else they have in the back. Landorus, Incarnate, so we make a play into our own Garchomp. And gonna look, they bring in their opposing Garchomp back in. And look to get off a Santoom. This will be debuffing the defense by one stage, making those super effective Dragon Tails chunk even more. And they're going to look to get off a Santoom of their own. And we're just Dragon Tailing away. Tried to come out on top with a Santoom for this Landorus, but we simultaneously KO'd. So we're going to go in with Groudon, look to chip away, maybe grab some shields. These fire punches don't do a lot, but they do add up, and Landorus Incarnate is on the squishier side. So we do grab a shield with that first fire punch. They're probably recognizing that having Togekiss left in the back, their shields are going to be best spent on these fire punches here. Going to look to get off the second one here, maybe get the second shield, and we do. Fantastic. They are playing this very well, preserving health on the squishy Landorus Incarnate. They take us out with another Earth Power, and it is up to Togekiss, guys. We got a Flamethrower stored from that Lugia matchup. Going to look to get it off. It's going to be doing quite a bit, and I think we can charm down. We got to live a Rock Slide, guys. This comes down to if our Togekiss can live a non-stab Rock Slide from the hard-hitting Landorus, and we do, and we charm it down. Taking the win with Togekiss. Holy smokes. Good. That's going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. And that about wraps it up, guys, for some of the top budget teams for the Master League. My goal with this video, guys, was to show you that you don't need a fully stacked legendary team to compete and have some fun in the Master League. I know a lot of you are going to be sitting out the Master League. Hopefully you were able to have a look at some of these teams, and maybe you have a few of these Pokemon. You know, we had Garchomp featured a lot on these teams. Garchomp had the community day. Dragonite has had a community day. Melmetal, you got that Meltan box. You can get a good Melmetal pretty easily. And we had a handful of legendaries, some of the more accessible legendaries. Lugia was recently in raids. And maybe some of you out there have a Groudon that you can use. You know, this video was for those of you who only maybe have a handful of legendaries, and I wanted to show you that you can pair, you know, the few legendaries that you have with some very strong non-legendaries, and still have some success in the Master League, guys. So hopefully I can show you guys you can have success in the Master League. I know a lot of you were commenting that you're going to be sitting out the Master League. I, on the other hand, cannot do that. I am absolutely addicted to Pokemon Go Battle League PvP. And of course, I have my fair share of legendaries. I have more legendaries than most trainers, but I really wanted to show you in this video that you don't need a fully stacked legendary team that has success. Of course, for those of you that do, you're fine. You're good. But for those of you that only have a handful and a few strong non-legendaries, you too can have success in the Master League. So I had a blast, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.